We finally got an overview trailer for Mario Tennis Fever, which is an upcoming Mario Tennis game that's literally releasing in just over a month for the Nintendo Switch 2 on February 12th. Well, Nintendo dropped a new trailer, and I have to be completely honest with you, I'm excited for this. Now, something already peeped when they initially revealed this thing was it already looked pretty simple in comparison to something like Mario Tennis Aces, which I know some people might find frustrating because y'all were doing some freaking insane stuff on that game. My biggest complaint with Aces was it just wasn't friendly for newcomers. Like, you actually had to actively be playing the game in some capacity to know all the different save moves and the slowdown time and the super jumps across the court in order to get the ball. It was just kind of frustrating for anyone to just pick up the controller and play. And that's what Mario sports games should be. They've always been super easy to play and even easy to master in that sense. So I'm glad to see the game looks a lot more simplistic, which I think is a good thing because, you know, the extra stuff is now replaced with the Fever racket. Adds some cool effects to the gameplay. I also like how the Fever ability from your racket can stay if your opponent hits the ball before it hits the ground. So technically they can send your Fever racket effect right back at you. And don't fret, there's even a racket to turn the game into Mario Tennis Aces if you want. Now there's 30 different types of rackets, so I'm wondering, like, is there going to be like an extreme meta of 5 of them? You know what I mean? I can already tell there's going to be like a handful that people only pick online. There is a ranked mode actually, so I know there's going to be some extreme meta rackets, and I'm looking forward to actually trying them all and ranking them and seeing which ones are truly the best. And some of these rackets are so crazy looking. There's a Sledge Bro glove and even just bananas. But even though the tennis aspect is kept pretty basic, it's also got some pretty cool mechanics. Like, you can actually die. If you're playing doubles and you die, one of your teammates has to sit out. It reminds me of the dodgeball game from Mario Sports Mix on the Wii. And there's even like little team mechanics that you can do together. Like, 2 people can go up and hit the same tennis ball and just like completely blast it to the other side. I love that. I think this is honestly one of the best sports game rosters outside of the Mario baseball games, in my opinion. I mean, they have pretty much everybody here, even Baby Waluigi. There's a total of 38 characters, and we don't have to wait for a freaking update for a year later to have the full roster. We actually have it out the gate, it looks like. Like, just looking at the roster, I mean, everyone's here. They even have Diddy Kong, which Mario Kart couldn't do. Luma makes a return, and there also seems to be maybe even alts for these characters, because is this not Luma Lee? This would be like the first character ever added in a Mario game that originates from a movie or a show that's outside of the Mario franchise. This is freaking awesome. And even Goomba has finally made it in a tennis game. He was long overdue. If he can hold a baseball bat with nothing, he can definitely hold a racket in his mouth. The game also seems to have a lot of customizable settings where you can turn off all the crazy effects and just play good old classic tennis without any of the extra stuff. Now, there will surely be some audience for this, but I mean, I could see this being pretty boring after a while. However, I feel like playing classic rules with motion controls could be pretty peak. It could be the closest we'd get to Wii Sports Tennis back in the day. I mean, okay, we don't recognize this game. But motion controls are always a good time, you know, at least playing for a little bit. I'll probably dabble around with it, or it'd be something that's fun to play with friends or something in the same room. But something that keeps people playing your game is fun modes. I'm glad to see that there's a lot of variety here. Tournament mode is here, which seems like it's always a mode in Nintendo games that's added later on in like a free update. So once again, I'm glad that it's here day one. You even have like a trial tower mode where you can go through challenges until you get to the very top of the tower, which I would assume is maybe like put you up against a boss fight or something. There's like a ring mode that's very similar to Mario Power Tennis, and there's like all these crazy courts as well, which once again reminds me the closest we've ever gotten to returning to that classic form from Mario Power Tennis, which was always my favorite tennis game. Finally having proper Mario themed courts again just feels so good, dude. Like, there's this one factory that actually has you picking up random rackets as you're playing throughout the game. Like, that's so cool. So like, it doesn't matter which racket you go into the game with, you could end up with a separate one depending on, you know, the event or what's going on the court. The Mario Wonder themed court is so freaking peak. There's so many random little events that you can get, even like the Piranha Plants on Parade one where they're like running around singing and you have to like dodge the Piranha Plants that are walking around on the platform. This is just perfect, dude. This feels like a Mario sports game again. This just feels Mario-like. It's wacky, it's goofy, it's fun, it's lighthearted. This is what we've missed. And of course, you gotta have your single-player mode. This looks really cool. The overworld and the areas that you walk around in kind of reminds me of the remake of Mario RPG for some reason. I can't really explain why, but it looks like there's a wide range of challenges and just wacky things that you'll do in this mode, which is just sometimes not even tennis related, it seems like. For instance, there's one mission where you're throwing frisbees at like cardboard cutouts. In some missions, you're not even hitting tennis balls, you might be fighting an enemy or a boss by like reflecting certain other enemies or creatures at it. Like you're fighting this Taifu by just reflecting swoops and smacking them in the face, sending them right back at them. Or perhaps this mission where you have to fight a giant Cheep Chomp by reflecting Cheep Cheep right back at it as tennis balls. Or reflecting bullet bills back into an airship. And there's even boss battles returning, which I absolutely love. Like PD Piranha once again returns as a boss battle where you have to reflect his mud shots at him to knock him down and take out his belly button like in Mario Sunshine. And for some reason, you even have a boss battle with King Histocrat from Mario 3D World, where it looks like you have to hit these spiked rocks in between the minions in order to hit the king in the background. I actually love how they didn't show us too much of this because I feel like this is a mode that I'm really going to enjoy and I want to experience all the missions and boss battles for myself, so I really don't need to see anything else of this mode. This looks really much up my alley. It also seems like this game has an actual online that's alive. There's a ranked mode and stuff that you can compete in, and there's lots of little private rooms that you can set up with your own rules to play the game the way that you want. So yeah, it gives people reason to actually play the game online and do things with the game far after release, which I'm a big fan of. I love ranked modes, even though they make me very mad because I rage. Also, real quick, can we take a second to appreciate the park and the world in this game? Like, it just looks so fun and whimsical. Like, look at the whole entire theme park over here. All the different courts with the different themed court floors look so cool. There's like a grass one, a classic blue one, and then there's like a brick one and a sand one. I love this. I just want to walk around and explore the whole area, which I'm sure we'll probably be able to do in the single player mode, but man, I just like, yes, this is Mario Sports. So I'll be completely honest with you, I was so let down when this game was announced. I was really hoping for a new Mario Baseball or even a Mario Basketball, something besides golf and tennis, and this is coming from a huge golf fan. And I'm not gonna lie to you still, I wish it was a Mario Baseball game or a Mario Basketball game instead. But with us getting yet again another Mario Tennis game, I'm still pleasantly surprised by what they were able to come up with the Switch 2 version of Mario Tennis. Mario Tennis Fever looks really good. There's a solid roster of characters, tons of wacky rackets with super cool effects, even one based off of Baron Burr, he's returning again? Tons of wacky courts, an awesome online mode with boss battles. I mean, this is going to be an awesome game, I can already tell. However, I am interested in hearing what you guys have to say about this game. Does this game look really cool to you, or does it just look okay? Do you not really care with what you've seen so far, or does this look better than you thought it would be? Let me know down below, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Tennis Fever and Nintendo in general, and I hope you all have a blessed day. See you guys.